Something that I've learned about communication, uh, I'd say mostly I learned it the hard way, but I've also learned about watching other people, is that great communicators sweat the small stuff and they do the hard yards to make something good. In our ecosystem, the One Church TO ecosystem, the best communicators that I know of are ones who actually work really hard, not just at communicating, but at each opportunity to communicate. So, what does that look like? For announcements, that looks like scripting your announcements, coming up with the idea, the flow, writing it down. I do this every time I host. I write down my announcements and then practicing it. And so I've included in this section, I'm going to include an example of my last host notes or recent host notes from me. And you can see how I script out some of the different announcement sections. And you can use that, it'll be a Google Doc, so you can use that for yourself and adapt it, make a copy and adapt it for your own hosting time. And it has some of my point forms. Now, like for me, I might write down different things than you would write down. And when I print it out, I like underline certain sections in red that are like really important words that I really want to say, or I'll underline other sections in another color so they remind me, hey, every time that I'm talking about this, I want to remember to include the online people in different sections or different things. You have to make it your own. You might have your own way of doing it, but at least it'll give you a basis. But then the whole other second part is the practice. And that's more than just reading it over in your head. That's actually practicing it. So that starts on your own. You might want to do it in front of a mirror. You might want to do it just with the door closed, talking to yourself. You might want to do it in the physical space or similar, pretending you're walking up to the presenting area and saying it, and then walking out. That's amazing, especially if it's new to you or if it's something that you're feeling is stressful. If you can take away all the other elements and worry just about the communication, you'll do better. Um, and then in all of our gatherings, we do production rehearsals, so kind of like a full run through. And you'll want to practice your transition in, transition out, going through the entire script. This will help you immensely, but it also helps all the other teams. It helps them practice their cues, like turning on and off microphones or following along with the announcements with slides, as we mentioned earlier. These are really important things. So make sure you write it out. Make sure you practice it. Okay, so answer the question below, and then our final section will be an example from a recent weekend where you can actually look at one of the ways we did it, and you can put some of your thoughts down, and we'll get to analyze a real life example there.